guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriel, but you can call me the Moon Minister as well. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about this Gemini full moon at 13 degrees that we have coming up. It will be on December the 4th. Some places December the 3rd, but it'll be on December the 4th. And it will be a full moon, the last full moon we have of the year 2025. This is the year 9 of completion. And then as we go into year 2026 in numerology, it reduces down to 1, which is like a restart. So this full moon is a combination of restarting and completing things. Full moons, new moons are starts, and then full moons are the beginning of the completion. Technically, third quarter moons are the ending, but the full moon is like the harvest. It is the time where we are recharging, where we are amped up, where we are super emotional, where things are just going and charged up. We as humans are like, I believe 70 to 80% of water, and the moon governs water. So it moves us in so many different ways, and especially a Gemini full moon, which is, if you know a Gemini, I have two Geminis. I have a girl and a boy Gemini born 3 days apart. So like, I know Gemini, and I have my Mercury in Gemini, so I know Gemini personally. And this full moon is definitely going to be so let's talk about how this full moon is going to be at 13 degrees. And this is definitely on purpose by the universe, for sure. We've had a series of moon transits that have been at, big moon transits that have been at 14 to 13 degrees. The 13th degree is an Aries degree. It's the second degree in Aries, and it's about action, risk, war, battles, new starts, entrepreneurship, leadership, individuality. And then you tie it in with a Gemini full moon. And this is definitely going to be a time period where we are going to be curious. They're going to be curious about things. Curiosity is going to be at an all-time high. Curiosity can be killing the cat. I don't know if anyone's heard that saying, where like being too curious could lead you into situations that are not good for you. And then some people are going to be in curious situations that lead them to greatness. As a collective, we could definitely be feeling ready to get things done, to be on the move, to be going, to be doing things. Geminis are always thinking of something, always doing something, especially with the Aries energy of 13 degrees tied in there. It's just going to be rapid thinking and rapid moving. A lot of people doing a lot of things at once. People feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. And there's going to be a lot of conversations about it where people are talking about how overstimulated they feel, overworked they feel, or just how much they have so much on their minds. There's going to be a lot of conversations, period, during this time, no matter what. It's going to be a lot of conversations. There's definitely going to be something trending on social media. Gemini rules things of social media, something rapid, fast that's going on through social media, as well as social media can be causing people to feel overwhelmed and overstimulated. All that scrolling, and then you have these short videos that are aimed to like trigger you to feel some type of way. There could definitely be some like social media videos that make people mad, conversations on social media that makes people mad or angry or passionate, or all three in one. A lot of passionate conversations and angry conversations, so watch out for that. There's definitely going to be some people that are arguing, a lot of arguments, and there's definitely going to be a trending argument in our news media. So we could definitely see where like two public people are going at it or debating about something, or a battle of something going on during this time. Something pertaining to people in the social media world, influencers as well, with entrepreneurship, with a 13th degree, and then Gemini and social media. This will definitely be some energy that will be affecting influencers, especially influencers that have these type of degrees and placements, Gemini placements in their charts. They're definitely going to be affected by this energy where they could be super passionate about the things that they create and that they're putting out into the world, or they could definitely be arguing with others during this time, and we are seeing this publicly. This will definitely be a time where we will be seeing people shopping online, things about marketplace, Facebook marketplace, stories around that, and just all type of social medias that have their own marketplace. Like TikTok has its own marketplace as well. Shopping. Gemini rules themes of like that are convenient. You know, you can conveniently shop in your local environment or conveniently shop online. This is definitely going to be a messenger full moon for sure. Gemini energy rules the messenger, rapid messages coming at you, quick messages, messages that make you either angry or passionate, a lot of texting, emails, mail that you receive to your home, writing and reading. You could be driving down the street and read a billboard that changes your life during this time or triggers something in you during this time. Definitely a high time of people reading something while they're scrolling on their phones. Something different or new happening in the cell phone industry. Especially, I don't know if you guys are aware, we all should be aware, but I don't know if you guys are aware that the minerals that in the crystals that we use in our cell phones, as well as in our electric cars and our smart cars, is all being mined by illegally. Most of it is being mined illegally in Africa. This is where these resources are coming from for technology, or resources for the future. They are coming from Africa. A lot of these resources are being stolen. A lot of corruption is being paid. Like a lot of big companies as well as countries are paying rebels, paying these war, especially things of war. Like I said, with the 13th degree being an Aries degree, they're paying these rebels and militias. They're paying these groups to cause chaos in Africa, so that these companies can continue to keep their operation of mining these materials, and they can take it from the actual land, actual people, because they're causing all this chaos that people can't even organize a situation where they can benefit off of the materials that are coming from their land because of all this chaos. And it's just been this nasty cycle. I'm hoping that this full moon brings attention to it. Especially full moons expose attention to the fact that we don't have to live like this. Like, we don't have to rob Africa of natural resources and infrastructure and organization in order to build the future. We can work with Africa to build the future. Work with African leaders instead of bribing African leaders. We can do that in order to build a better future for all of us. I've always said that a united Africa is the only thing that is going to liberate Black people as a whole. Black people all around the world. The only thing that can do that is a united Africa. Africa was once united before colonization. And there were things that were put into place during slavery time to deconstruct Africa, to ununify the African people. And when we see Africa come back as a whole, as a country, instead of separated in continents, we will 100% see a shift, a change in Black people all around the world, liberation all around the world. For sure. And that's cooking up for sure. Slowly but surely. That's why we see a lot of things. And this full moon has Africa and America written all over it. All over it. And I'll get into that when I do the sky report. But I want to talk a little bit more about what this full moon could be governing, because we could definitely see themes of like relatives and siblings in the news, relatives and siblings fighting. Relatives like uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, cousins, those type of people going at war, at battle, or passionately starting something together. There's going to be a lot of talks about childhood. People talking about their childhood, worried or concerned about the childhood for the future, of children of the future, or actively creating something beautiful for children in their childhood, so that children after them can have a good childhood. Definitely conversations about childhood going on, about innocence, about the music industry, what type of music is being pumped out. There definitely could be like new songs come out during this time that are just trending everywhere. Gemini rules cars and short trips. Watch out for road rage. That's definitely going to be something that happens, where like a huge road rage event or situation that comes up in the news or in the media, or people just experiencing that in their own life, where like someone tries to cut them off or so. That could definitely be something that's going on. There's definitely going to be people who get their license, who are able to drive, able to mobile and move around more in their local environment. This could definitely be a time where we could see battles between car companies, cell phone companies, those type of companies, like go at it or at something. Unfortunately, we could see something like that play out. A high time for gossip. People are definitely going to be gossiping during this time. That energy is definitely going to be in the air for sure. Talking about something to talk about for sure. This is a time of skills. You could be taking a course during this time, or just see certain courses and be interested in them, seeing them advertised, new advertisements. There's definitely going to be a time where we just being advertise something. And it could be annoying, or it could inspire you. This could be a time where we could see something in the blogs, or like an interview from some type of person that is just like trending. Something where like a podcast where two people are having a conversation, and that type of thing is trending because the conversation that they're having is just something that's needed to hear from a lot of people during this time. This could be a time where people are talking to their neighbors, conversing with their neighbors. People could even be arguing with their neighbors during this time. You could be going on the street and see something crazy going on with your neighbors, a neighbor getting arrested, just neighbors doing something that's just you did not see coming, or even neighbors moving in, new neighbors that you don't like, or neighbors that carry some type of envy or jealousy or want to battle you, or even neighbors like battling each other for like whose yard is decorated more for the holidays, that type of thing. Whereas it could be like a good battle back and forth, or it could be like real war between you and your neighbor. There's definitely going to be something that's going to be talk of the town. Gemini rules local things. So in rules conversation, there's definitely going to be something that's in your city and everybody's cities where people are just talking about that certain type of thing, person. I definitely predict that during this time, there's going to be some type of either someone in the music industry that is just ranting about something, or there's going to be some type of like rap battle where like two people who make music are going at it with each other, either like through music where they have a music back and forth, or they're just on social media arguing with each other type of thing. This is a huge time for the throat chakra, to do meditation surrounding the throat chakra, to do things that help amplify your throat chakra. Whether you connecting with crystals during that time, or speaking on certain things, or writing out certain things, this is a perfect time to connect with that chakra. Gemini rules trickster energy, and we could have people like that try to prank you, or little people pulling little tricks out of their sleeve or something like that. Or maybe you have a trick pulled out of your sleeve during this time for another person. So this is definitely a time for that. This is definitely not a time to doubt the imagination. This is actually a time where the imagination is extremely powerful and can put you into places where where you did not expect, can put you in magical places during this time. Gemini rules the energy of the magician, and all magic truly is the imagination. It all comes from the imagination, from thinking something into being, using that brain power, and that is what this energy governs. So this is a magical time, you guys. Now let's get into the sky report. So as you can see, we have a Gemini full moon, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Currently, during this full moon, Mercury will be direct, so it'll be moving forward and go, and it will be direct in Scorpio at 22 degrees. it will be in a grand water trine with Jupiter that is retrograding and with Saturn that just went direct. So this is great energy. Jupiter retrograding is good for Jupiter, this planet of expansion. Now it can extract expanding certain things, but it also brings a certain type of wisdom of thinking of things before you expand. And a Jupiter retrograde doesn't mean that, you know, you can't rise up or so. It's just more wisdom around rising up, around expanding, around knowledge, around things that are Jupiterian. So with Saturn direct in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer, this water grand trine is looking so favorable for great news that transforms your life, especially if you've been having faith of something or believed in something or believed in yourself. You can see certain things that were unbelievable transform into reality, transform into new structures that you can build off of. This grand trine will definitely be bringing good news to some people. And I predict that it will be bringing huge news to Americans, because this full moon is at the 13th degree, and anything that has 13 degrees in their chart is going to be impacted. And America has its sun in Cancer at 13 degrees. So we could definitely be seeing something happen with the people, our land, and our home front, especially since the sun will be opposite of the full moon, making an opposition aspect. And the sun will be in Sagittarius 13 degrees, and America's rising is Sagittarius 12 degrees. So the sun will literally be conjuncting America. There's definitely going to be some huge, and it's already at the 13th degree on America's sun. This is going to be huge public news, especially about our public leaders or figures trending during this time. And then Mercury will also be opposing Uranus retrograde in Taurus at 28 degrees. Uranus has been retrograding for a little minute, and it's finally ticking down from 29 degrees to 28 degrees during this time. It started retrograding in Gemini, but now it's back in Taurus. And it'll be at the 28th degree, a Cancer matriarchal type of degree, especially with the opposition. This transit could definitely be bringing unexpected, unbelievable news around two parties, around groups, around organizations, news that is challenging, news that calls for a revolution, calls for rebelling. There's big challenges, especially challenges around liberation, transformative type of news, definitely big transformations that shock others, and news that can just change your entire life. Definitely a fated day, especially since we will have the nodes, both the North Node and the South Node at 13 degrees, Pisces and Virgo. So we have 13 degrees on four corners of the chart during this time. High time of passion and fated things being happening around passion, things that were destined to play out. This 13 degree transit also aligns all the elements of fire, water, air, and earth together, as we have Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius all at 13 degrees. That definitely adds to the fatedness and just how beautiful this day could really be for some. A very spiritual day. And then the Sabian symbol for Gemini 13 degree, which is a build-up energy, so it'll be read as Gemini 14 degrees. The Sabian symbol for this full moon is a conversation by telepathy. So telepathy is using the mind to talk to someone, not having to talk using words, but understanding each other with the mind. And this represents a deep connection with another person, understanding someone on a completely different type of level, profound communication. People who can't communicate verbally, who can't speak, like people who are like autistic, or maybe they are mute, or maybe someone is deaf, they can't hear, and that's why they don't speak. Any type of people who cannot speak verbally but still can communicate will definitely be in the news during this time, definitely be talked about. Something new happening around those type of industries or areas, or something unbelievable could be happening to where like now we have new software or new technology that enables people who are nonverbal to be able to speak or so. Definitely could be seeing something like that play out. Spiritual messages, where you get a message from spirit that you just, no one told you it, but like maybe from an ancestor or from a spirit guide or from a ghost or so. They didn't have to talk to you, but that you had that type of experience. This was the message that was delivered to you. Definitely a high time where people can be seeing signs and synchronicities during this time, and paying attention to them is important during this time. And then the Sabian symbol for the sun being at Sagittarius 13 degrees is the pyramid of the Sphinx. So that is just, when I read that, I was like, wow, because we already have an Egyptian storyline that has been playing out for the last couple of moons, with a lot of asteroids that are Egyptian in nature conjuncting those moons. And now we have another one where it's on the Sabian symbol. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's already been news that this museum that Egypt has been working on for over 30 years is finally up and it's finally on display. And not only that, but they're also calling back all the artifacts from different countries, different places. They want their stuff back. It is a way of showing the world that Egypt is not some small nation. They're a big nation, and they're here. They're coming to play, especially with the uprise in Africa. Egypt is located in Africa, and there's been a lot of African leaders who have been uniting to create a united Africa. They've been changing the dollar. They've been taking back control of their own minds, and they've been backing their new dollar with their gold mines that they have been taking control of. Not all of Africa is ruled by Africa, unfortunately, but there's a movement to where Africans are owning Africa, and Egypt is a part of that story. During ancient Africa, when Africa was more of a united nation, only thing that divided people was their different heritages and tribes. This was a time where people all around the diaspora of Africa would travel up the Nile, up north, to have these spiritual events. Like I know there's one event that the goddess Bassanet, which is a cat god, where people from all around Africa, even all around the world, would travel to come to this event that was taking place in Egypt. I 100% see Africa falling back into that, where they unite themselves, and they're already seeing other leaders do amazing things in different African nations. And it's triggering a liberation for all of Africa. And it's only a matter of time till we live in a world where we have a united Africa on the map. This full moon is a part of that story. Being symbol of the pyramid of the Sphinx, it represents empires and dynasties that were once great, rising up again, especially, or being exposed for how great they were, and how this could have been who we could be, or how something from the past could be who we could become in the future. Ancient truths being revealed, exposed. It also speaks on legacy and great legacies, and being able to stand the test of time when everything is changing all around you. So I definitely see a storyline playing out where Africa and America are uniting, or where America is realizing that different countries are uniting with Africa, and we need to get on that ball if we want to be a part of a good future. We don't need to go to war. We don't need military boots on the land. What we need is great deals being made between great leaders. Another thing that I want to talk about in the sky is an asteroid that will be conjuncting the sun during the time of this full moon, and that is going to be the asteroid, I'm going to call it Menosami. I could definitely be butchering this, you guys, but it is asteroid 57, and it governs themes like memory, creativity, and harmony, peace, pulling together, the art of peace, which is funny because at the 13th degree is war, especially with Gemini, it's like the art of war. But this one is going to be the art of peace. So we'll have the balance of two literally playing out during this time. The art of war, the art of peace, memory on just how civilized we were back in ancient Egyptian times. History is always replaying itself, or it's always rhyming, not necessarily doing itself over again, but it's rhyming, you know? And the last old world, the one that we live in now, it was created by destroying Africa. And the new world that we are on the brink of building is going to take rebuilding Africa in order to uprise. So those things are definitely going to be playing out during this time to watch things transform. And a part of transformation is deconstructing, it's destroying. So we're in that phase right now, but you know, it's only going to make room for better. So who's most impacted by this energy? That is definitely going to be people who have placements in Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgos, and it doesn't matter whether it's in your North Node, your Mercury, your Sun, your rising. If you have placements in Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgos, you are impacted by this, especially if you have those zodiac signs between 10 to 16 degrees. This full moon is about you. If you have those zodiac signs between 10 to 16 degrees, this full moon is about you, and something is going to be playing out for you. Now, if you have any placement at the 13th degree, you are going to be impacted by this energy, just like America has its Cancer at 13 degrees. America is going to be impacted publicly. Another placement I want to talk about is specifically, and the degrees matter in this one. They matter in this one. People who have Libra and Aquarius degrees between 10 to 16 degrees are going to be favored during this time. You're going to experience a trine from this full moon to whatever placement that you have. Now, I want to speak on what you should be listening out for. I'm a Western woman, so I preach tropical Western astrology. That is what my horoscopes are based off of. It's what I'm most comfortable with. And I recommend you listening out for your rising and your moon, especially since this is a moon transit. Listen out for your rising, your moon, as well as your sun. I recommend listening out for all three, because I feel like all three will give you a better understanding of how you're going to be experiencing this energy. Now, with that being said, let's get into your guys' horoscopes. Aries, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your third house of news. You could definitely be having unbelievable news that triggers you, that makes you feel passionate, that makes you feel angry, like you need to get up and go. You could definitely be having a great conversation with someone during this time, or you could be arguing with someone during this time. This is a time where you need to look out for those phone calls, emails, text messages, mail that comes to you during this time, because there could definitely be something important in those. A time where you could have something play out between you and a relative, like you and a sibling, you and a cousin, you and a niece, nephew, uncle, auntie, type of situation where you guys could be arguing, or you guys could be doing something together that is passionate, or you guys could be just having a simple conversation that was super needed during this time. This is a time where social media endeavors can definitely be benefited. So if you run a social media business, or if you are an influencer, or if you advertise on social media, you can definitely be seeing some benefits and great things happen during this time. If you work in a local environment, say like you work just a drive away, or you work around in your corner. Something good could be playing out during this time where you receive some type of news. You could be getting yourself a new car, a new phone during this time. Any little electronic gadget that benefits you during this time, you could be receiving it, or have situations around your phone or around cars that play out. This could also be a time where you could be road raging. You could definitely find yourself, or someone tries to cut you off and you and that person are speeding, angry at each other. So be mindful of that. You could also be overthinking during this time, overstimulated, overwhelmed. This is a time frame where you want to be in your mind in a positive way, where you're thinking of things that make you curious and happy and joyous for life, things that benefit the childhood of your children, or thinking about your childhood and how you are going to comfort the child within if that child needs to be comforted. You could be doing something passionate for your children during this time, or something that's around your children playing out, where it's like they have an achievement, or it's their birthday or something where you want to celebrate that child, could definitely be playing out during this time, or that's your focus. Overall, Aries, this Gemini full moon is here to spark a new thought that'll help benefit you in this lifetime. Taurus, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your second house of money, streams of income, banks, self-worth, values. This could definitely be a time where you are advertising a product during this time. Especially you have something to sell. You could be selling something on the marketplace, or you could be like having a full product that you created and that you're putting out into the world. It can also be an affiliate type of product where a company has already created, but you're promoting it, you're advertising it to others in order to have some type of gains. This could be a time where you're being contacted by companies to advertise their products, and this shifts a new form of income for you. This could definitely be a time where new forms of income could be coming locally. Like maybe you see that there's a job that just opened up around the corner in your neighborhood, a job with relatives, people who are like cousins, uncles, aunties, nieces, hiring them for money or paying them to do a job for you. Cousins, siblings as well, paying your sister to come over and help you clean up something. Or maybe your aunt pays you to come over and organize their home. You could be giving money to children, paying into your curiosity as well. Like maybe you're curious about something or about starting something, and you're finally investing in that type of thing. Taurus energy works in alignment with the third house. So this could be a time where you're just feeling aligned, where you're feeling comforted. You could be buying things that make you feel comfortable. Like you saw something on the Facebook market or social media, and you bought it, and it's a pillow, or it's something that makes you feel more comfortable, or something that you put a lot of value into, something that you truly love. Going to restaurants during this time, going out to eat, speaking to a nutritionalist, speaking about money matters, talking about money during this time, changing your mindset on money. Changing your mindset on others and how you value others in your life, and cutting off their worth if you feel like they don't match what you bring into this world, or you feel like they don't value you enough, or they don't see the value in you. If people don't see the value in you during this time, they definitely getting cut out of your life. And if people do see your value, you could be coming into a time where like now you are fully living in that value, or you fully feel it. If others are seeing it and you're not, you're finally seeing what they see. Overall, Taurus, this Gemini full moon is here to help you rethink your value. Geminis, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your first house of self, identity, appearance, how you style yourself. This could definitely be a time where you are more curious when it comes to like your style, or you're like trying out new things, trying out new looks. This could be a time where you are going on a road trip, taking short travels, a time where you get back on social media, especially if you took a social media break, or a time where you're just more active on social media, seeing more things on social media. A time where you are being advertised a lot of stuff. You could definitely be seeing just a lot of advertisement for things during this time. This would be a time where you're going on more walks, or you're just out talking, speaking more, having more conversations with others. Others are seeing you and speaking more to you, giving speeches, talking to others, especially like siblings, or something crazy or unbelievable happens with like a sibling, cousin, uncle, niece, nephew type of person. You could be changing up the childhood of others in your life, other children in your life, speaking up for children in their childhood. I have Gemini children. I have a Gemini boy and a Gemini girl, and I have a feeling that this energy is going to bring a shift and change in their childhood and their sibling dynamic as well. So that type of thing could be playing out for you and your family, or children within your family. Everything that I spoke on from like the beginning, you guys should definitely be listening to, because these things can be playing out for you, where you can be receiving spiritual messages, big news that changes your life, that is super transformative, changes in your everyday routines and in your life, miracle type of changes happening. There, with the first house, it could be changes in yourself, in your relationships, how you connect with others, your partner, breakups and deepening your relationships with each other, doing something fun together. Something changes within your career, or how you want to go about your career. Maybe you start taking courses that help benefit you in your career and what you want to do or what you want to be known for. And then there also could be changes within your home and your family and family members as well, especially relative type of families, where it's like siblings, cousins, uncles, nieces, and nephews, changes in those type of areas and those type of family members. Or you could be buying things for your home and changing up, restyling your home, or moving to a different home in a different neighborhood, or moving to a different home within the same neighborhood. Or there could just be changes in your neighborhood that are reflecting your home or your body or your inner world. Overall, Geminis, this Gemini full moon is here to realign you. Cancers, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 12th house of the subconscious mind, especially the mind with this Gemini energy, and meditation, international, otherworldly, miracles, endings, and blessings. So if you have been manifesting a blessing, you could definitely see it come to fruition during this time. If you've been thinking something into existence, or tricking something, fake it till you make it, there could be like blessings or endings in those type of areas where it's like trickster or tricks in where you've been trying to trick someone or deceive someone. This could be a time of like illusions. People could be trying to trick you, deceive you, or you could be trying to trick and deceive someone else, or like you're trying to pull a prank on someone, or you're trying to do some type of hidden blessing to where it's like maybe someone is recording and they're recording you receiving some type of blessing of a new home or a new car. You could also be seeing these type of blessings unfold for others and be triggered by them, where you're happy, or some people will be jealous, or some people will be really just manifesting that type of energy for themselves. This could be a time where you have a lot going on in mind, just thinking of a lot of things are just on your subconscious mind during this time, to where you're having dreams about these type of things, or you could be having a crazy dream come up that is like a message. Definitely be having your dream journals, which I have in my store down below. Definitely have your dream journals out during this time, because this is a time where your dreams could be giving you messages, just spiritual experiences, and you're receiving messages. Like you could be driving down the street and somebody almost clips you or hits you, but some miraculous miracle way you come out unfazed, or this huge accident and everybody's around you crashing, and somehow you come out unfazed, untouched, or some type of message, and you're like, dang, I've been needing to slow down. I've been going too fast in life. I've been doing this, that. Some type of spiritual message. Now, mind you, I just made that up off the top of my head, but it could be more profound for you, where like you know, an ancestor or ghost, a spirit comes to you and gives you some type of message, or you read something, and it, especially reading things during this time, could be giving you certain type of messages, or maybe spirit team or spirit guides are putting messages for you to read in your life so you can obtain this information and change your subconscious mind and your programming and how you think. This is definitely a time where a lot of overwhelmed things, or things that overwhelm you, could be sending you into a depression, into isolation, into jail, prison, or it could be sending you into positive things like a spiritual awakening, or it could be sending you to like farming. You're reprogramming your mind. You want to be more self-sufficient. So now you're going to start farming. Farming is isolated. You're on your own kind of when you're doing, we're not on your own, but it's an isolated type of field or work where you're out in the field, either alone with your family or just alone. And this is a great thing because you love your solitude. You love being alone. This is definitely a time where meditation could be bringing up, you know, revelations. It could be helping you. A perfect time to be meditating, seeking a hypnotherapist, or meditations that are hypnotherapy, past life regression, so connecting with your subconscious mind through guided meditations, which I also offer on this channel, or just connecting through meditation, sitting in silence. Those type of things are definitely going to be beneficial for the Cancers during this time. You might be put in a situation where you're alone and you're in your own solitude, so that you can seek source and seek what you need. Also a time of ending. So you could be ending something, ending a chapter, ending a relationship. Anything could be ending during this time, as well as blessings. Overall, Cancers, this Gemini new moon is here to release the things that no longer align with you, so that you can connect to the expansion that is bound to play out for you guys. Leos, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 11th house of achievements, goals, networking, friends, technology. This is definitely a time where like you could definitely be getting new technology type of things, where a new car that's like super tech, new cell phone that's super tech, something that's tech type of either gift, receiving it, or you're buying it for yourself. Especially you could be seeing these type of things online or being advertised to you. This is a time where you could be making new friendships, especially people who are just curious about you, or you're curious about them, and unexpectedly create a new friendship, networking with someone, a business type of networking, any type of networking. A friend could be connecting you to network with someone, and you guys do some type of advertisement or something on social media together that benefits you both. This could be a time where you have completed a goal, short-term goal or a long goal that you have completed during this time, and you are celebrating it. You could definitely be going to events during this time, events that celebrate you or celebrate someone else, that celebrate a relative, a cousin, a sibling, or events around those type of people where they invite you to something. You could be writing out new goals during this time, or check marking off goals that you've completed. You could be writing out the perfect idea for a friend and manifesting new friends or new events in your life. Huge time for manifestation and goals. Huge time for that. Writing them out, speaking them out, and putting them into play, forming short-term type of goals of how you can achieve something. Definitely shocking news. This is a huge time for like shocking news as well. Overall, Leos, this Gemini full moon is going to unexpectedly spark you into the place you need to be to achieve the things you want to achieve. Virgos, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 10th house. So Virgos, you are ruled by Mercury Gemini energy. So this could definitely be a time where crazy, unbelievable, shocking news could be playing out publicly for your relatives, for your siblings, in your neighborhood. And this could also be public figures where you're seeing those type of people, especially public figures in your local environment. Something playing out big news that you did not see coming, that shakes up everything, that either liberates or causes you to form a rebellion. You could be speaking out against public figures, people who have a level of authority. So like maybe a boss, you're speaking out in the injustice of a boss, or speaking to a boss about the injustice that's going on. Or you're speaking to a police officer, a father or father figure. If you are a father or father figure, some type of news could be coming at you, or maybe you get a call from your father, your granddad, or an uncle, and they're telling you something that you didn't even think that was going to play out. And it does. And these could be public things that are playing out that is there, but people could definitely be in your business during this time, talking about you, talking about your business. And if you actually own a physical business, it could be a good thing where like people are word of mouth, connecting your business, talking about how great, or just having your business in their mouth during this time. This is a big time where you could be focused on business, your own business, advertising it to others, getting it out to others, speaking about it, writing things out for business goals. You could be being promoted at your job during this time. New things around being promotions, promoted in life. So like you get promoted from husband to father type of thing. Your father could be embarking, or father figures could be embarking on new things in their life. Childhood things where they're healing their childhood. Conversations with these type of people that is liberating. This is a perfect time to be writing out goals that put you in like authoritative positions, like where you want, if you want promotions, or if you want to be a boss, or you want to start a business, or anything around those realms. You should definitely be writing it out during this time, speaking it out, manifesting it. It's a perfect time for that. Overall, Virgos, this Gemini full moon is here to put you in the mindset of a boss. Libras, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 9th house. You could be expanding, where you could be having new opportunities, new luck. You could be teaching others or being taught something. You could be having something play out around school, going back to school, changes around your philosophy, your faith, what you believe in. You could be being judged during this time, or judging others, especially when it comes to like gossip. You could also be traveling during this time, making plans to travel. You could be connecting with foreigners, people in different countries, people who speak different languages. Curious about these type of people who are different faith, different belief, different philosophy. Connecting with these type of people. If you are in a interracial relationship, something could be playing out in that relationship that where you guys get to experience a new form of curiosity, or your partner helps you heal your childhood, or you guys start some type of new beginning, or you could be beginning a relationship that brings two opposites, or two things that are different together. So like maybe you guys are both Black, but one person's African American and one person's Haitian. So, it's bringing two things that are different, but together, and uniting them in some type of way, in a curious type of way, thinking about these type of things, or thinking about those type of relationships, thinking about going back to school. You guys could even be going viral during this time on social media for something, being broadcasted about some type of news, watching documentaries or conspiracy theories, and forming new beliefs off of something that you've heard, or new conversations that you've had, or news that you've experienced, and now you are reprogramming the things that you believe in based off of this. And then if you have any Libra placements between 10 to 16 degrees, you are highly favored during this time. You're going to have some type of miracle play out for you, some type of miracle news that you've heard play out, or some type of just new blessing that comes in the form of news. Whether you're reading it, or you're seeing it, or you're speaking to someone about it, you're going to receive some type of blessing in that way. If you have Libra placements between 10 to 16 degrees. Overall, Libras, this Gemini full moon is here to give you the opportunities you need to enjoy life more. Scorpios, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 8th house. This is perfect for Scorpios because Scorpio rules the 8th house. The 8th house is a house of transformation, of destruction, of death, of rebirth, of the womb, of others' resources, lucrative income, taxes and wills, sudden gains and sudden losses. So this could be a time where you are receiving news that someone has passed away, whether it's someone that you're close to, a relative, a sibling, even not speaking out on nobody, but uncles, aunties, nieces, and nephews, people in your local neighborhood, people in your childhood as well, that those people have passed and you're hearing this type of shocking news. This could be a time where you could be making lucrative income online. So if you have any products that you've put out there, like a video or a course or anything, you could definitely be seeing the benefits from that, where people are paying into it. If you like put out a book or you put out some low content where people can like write in a journal or something that you put out, you could definitely be seeing benefits from these type of things. Type of things where you're affiliate or you're advertising these things, you could definitely be seeing a boost in those areas. Even if you work at a job and you're advertising for your company that you're working for, or you're promoting for them, or you're getting what they have out, you could definitely be seeing transformations in the job where you are being promoted, or you have a change in that system or in that company. People see you differently in the company now. People could be seeing you differently in your local environment, in your neighborhood. Like neighbors don't see you the same anymore. You could be having secrets being exposed too. So these could be things that you want to get out, things that you don't want to get out. But any little hidden things, secret type of things could definitely be spoken on or talked about during this time, or up for people to gossip about during this time. Or anything that you put out, anything that you put on your mind, anything that you put on social media as well could definitely be getting out to others, where they're like, did you hear that this is what so-and-so believes in? Or those type of things. People who could be jealous of you, or people who don't like something that you do. People wanting to cut you off for these type of things too. You could be cutting people off, or others could be cutting you off. The 8th house is about deep connections. So you could be having new experiences with someone that you're deeply connected with. You could be forming new deep connections with another person as well. This could be a time where people are breaking up, cutting people off, abandoning others. You could definitely be abandoning someone by like not calling them, not speaking to them. Like, you know, maybe you went on a date with someone and you're like, you know what? I am convinced that this person is not for me. You saw something that they post on social media, and you already experienced a date, which was like, and this is the time where you're like, you know what? I'm not calling them no more. I'm not speaking to them no more. None of that. Cut off. That is huge energy for something like that to be playing out. You could be abandoning your neighborhood or relatives, people in your life, or you could be releasing trauma that you may have in your childhood. Is huge energy for that. For trauma from your childhood, huge time for that. To be uplifting, uprising out of that. To be uplifting children out of trauma too. Children that you have, or speaking up about children that are in traumatic situations and helping them out of it. Overall, Scorpios, this Gemini full moon is here to transform you into all the things that you have been manifesting. Sagittarius, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 7th house of relationships, connecting with others, females, feminine energy, luxury. This could be a time where you are having conversations with your partner, the person that you are in a relationship with. You guys could be arguing during this time, or you guys could be really passionate about your relationship, about changes in the relationship, about things going on in your relationship dynamics. a time where you guys are having conversations that could change your relationship as well. Like, are we ready to have a baby, or are we ready to move into a different place together? These type of things, new curious things that you guys could be embarking on in your relationship. This could also be a time where people are breaking up, especially off of news that they've heard or news that they keep hearing in their relationship causes a breakup or a strife. This would be a time where news could be doing the opposite, where it could be pulling you two together during this time. This could be a time where you could be seeing things that help you connect with women who are divine, or help you connect with women in your life. Having conversations with more women in your life, like aunties, like aunties, nieces, siblings that are, sisters. Having more conversations with these type of people, or having a conversation that is very healing, or that is very curious, or that is very enlightening or loving, or brings you joy in some type of way. You could definitely be having enlightening conversations with people or family members that you never thought you would have these type of conversations with. And it was definitely ordained, that energy. You could definitely be having a lot of one-on-one type of things, where it's like you in an opposition, hearing something about somebody, and now they become an opposition, a person that you are battling with, opposing, especially hearing some type of gossip about a female or somebody, and you're like, oh, now this person is on my hit list, or, that type of thing. Or this could be a time where, like, you could even be gossiping with women or about women. You could have legal matters come up during this time, where it's you versus another person, like at court, or anything. It could be a fight where it's you versus another person, especially someone in your neighborhood or a neighbor or something like that, trying to beef with you, trying to battle you. A neighbor could be also passionate to where, like, maybe, you decorated for your door or hallway or yard for Christmas, and then they decorated, but theirs look way better, and you're right next to them, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna redo more, and now it's like a battle between you two decorating and stuff. That type of thing could be playing out, where it doesn't have to be like just all bad when it comes to competition. You could be curious about changing up your style during this time. The seventh house does have ties to like your style and how others are seeing you. And others could definitely be just seeing you differently during this time. You could be definitely connecting with others on a different way, calling people up to connect with others in a different way, connecting with others through social media, through text, through a whole different way than what you were used to connecting with others. Reading things from females that is enlightening, or that helps you rethink things or change things. Having conversations with doctors or with therapists or people that you meet one-on-one, and they are liberating for you. Overall, Sagittarius, this Gemini full moon is here to connect you with the right people that are going to bring more joy to your life. Capricorns, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 6th house of health, work, nutrition, daily routines, and rituals. This could be a time where you are doing rituals that are about manifestation and manifesting the things that you want into reality. You could definitely be having like routes or routines like changed up to, like, maybe you're driving somewhere and the route that you normally take it's got a lot of construction going on, so you have to take another route, or you have to take a detour. Those type of things could be coming up. Or like maybe you had a way or a path or a route in which that you were going to win something or complete something or do something, and now you have to come up with different routes or routines in order to do what you were going to do. So like maybe if, let's say, you wanted to become a therapist and you were going to college for it, but you found out that there's this course that you could take, and coming right out of the course, you'll be able to have clients and stuff like that. Those type of things where you're servicing people differently off from this skill that you learn. And this could be a time where you learn a skill and now you're servicing people based off this skill. But the things that you learned or and not learn and go in college, but like short-term learn. These type of things could be benefiting you during this time. This could be a time where you hear some type of news at work that is changing, that makes you want to quit, or that helps you in a way to where you can get promoted. A time where coworkers could be, you could be talking with coworkers, arguing with coworkers as well. So watch out for that. You could definitely be arguing with coworkers. You could definitely be quitting your job or starting a new job in your local environment, starting a new job online, advertising for your job or advertising for the services that you do, seeing rewards in your advertisement, more on social media during this time for your services, or just daily. You could be cutting that out of your daily life or routine of just scrolling and being on social media and being more focused when it comes to, okay, if I'm going to be on social media, I'm going to do it in a more focused way where I'm promoting something. And if I do scroll, it'll be content that is related to what I enjoy, what I'm doing on a daily. And it'll also be as far as like researching what people are liking, what people are getting into when it comes to industry that you like. So for example, if you are an astrologer and you want to put your social media feeds to where you're only receiving spiritual astrology like things, and you're seeing what people are getting into when it comes to astrology world, and seeing the people who have like a astrology type of business the way you like it, you are mimicking it, or you are learning from it, learning their skills, getting down pack of what people who are in your industry are doing, and you are implementing those type of skills. That this could definitely be a time for that. This could be a time where you could be buying new pets, you're being advertised or talking about pets, talking about animals in your neighborhood, walking your pets more, thinking about getting a pet during this time. Which if you're thinking about it during this time, you're literally just thinking about it. You're not really locked into that pet. So just be mindful of that. Unless this is something where like you've been thinking about it like long before this energy. There's definitely going to be some Capricorns that are, especially from their children, if they have kids, that are talked into buying a pet for their kids during this time, or, you know, thinking about buying a pet for their child during this time. This could be a time where exercise becomes a part of your daily routine, or you're going to someplace to exercise, somewhere in your local environment. So like you're going to the gym to exercise, you may be walking there, or you may be driving there, or you're using walking as a form of exercise during this time too. You could be exercising mentally. Maybe writing is helping you, exercise your brain and help you not be so overstimulated now that you've gotten everything out on paper and pencil, and it helps you be less overstimulated and regulate yourself now that you've been back to writing, or that you are writing. Music could be doing these type of things for you too, where you're just adding something, a part of your daily routine, so that you can be more mentally better or physically better. Overall, Capricorns, this Gemini full moon is here to spark more joy in your daily life. Aquarius, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 5th house of joy, fun, creativity, fertility, risk, gambling, entertainment, and romantic situations. This could be a time where you are in a talking phase with a person, like you and a person are, y'all been flirting and y'all finally start talking or whatnot, and y'all just in a talking phase. Y'all flirting and y'all talking to each other. That type of thing could definitely be playing out. Or you could be meeting someone on social media and they become a romantic partner to you. The 5th house rules romantic partners, but it also rules baby mamas and baby daddies as well. So you could be angry at these type of people during this time, arguing with these type of people or posting. I seen this one dude who has Aquarius energy was posting about his baby mother, and he normally doesn't even, because like they have a good relationship going on, but he had posted something about his baby mama talking in like a tone that makes her seem educated, even though he knows she's not educated, and just kind of smack talked her on that or something. And those type of things could definitely be playing out during this time, where we are seeing baby daddies, baby mamas angry at each other, arguing, talking about each other, especially talking about each other online or in their local environment, something that has happened or that has been done, unfortunately. But this could also be a time where people are passionate about their romantic partner, going on more dates during this time, having more fun together. People could definitely be getting fertile, or people could definitely be getting pregnant because they are fertile during this time. So if you don't want to get pregnant, please be mindful, Aquarius, that y'all have a lot of pregnancy energy going on for you guys. This could also be a time of competition too. So if you're Aquarius who's into competition, who's into fighting or competing, this would be a time where you are competing with another person and you win, or just a time where you go and see those type of things. So like maybe you see a wrestling match, a boxing match, or a match where it's two people against each other. Or maybe you're curious about these things and you go and see them. Like there's like robot matches or something. Maybe you've never been to something like that, and now you're curious about going. You think you're gonna have a good time, and you go, and you do have a good time. This could be a time where you go and see comedians, entertainers. You could be entertaining people during this time as well, especially entertaining people on social media too. And that could be benefiting you, entertaining people on social media, and benefiting you publicly. You could be learning more about war, readings. I've seen another different different Aquarius. I've been seeing a lot of things. I've seen a different Aquarius pull out, or I've seen a different Aquarius have on their social media that they are reading a book series, or what I've seen about a book series about the art of war, which was so in alignment for this type of person, because the energy of this full moon governs art of war. Gemini art, 13-degree war, art of war. So it's just a perfect energy to be reading something along those lines. Even the art of peace as well, with the asteroid that we have on the sun, and learning how to be a more peaceful person, how to be a more competitive person, or a better competitor as well. These type of things are definitely going to be skills for these type of things are definitely going to be on the learning or on the experience table, or definitely going to be on the experiences for this season. You could definitely be reading stuff that brings you a lot more fun and joy. Driving to places, going on a road trip, or driving to places that are fun, taking a joy ride during this time, buying things that are more fun for you, like maybe a cell phone or anything that is fun. You could be buying it during this time for you or for your children as well. You could be thinking and focused on your children as well during this time, and bringing more creativity, more joy to their lives. You could be coaching others during this time, or being coached on something. This could be a time where you are taking risk in yourself, whether it's like entrepreneurship type of thing, or you could be gambling, like at a casino, or playing the lottery, or doing a sweepstakes, or in competition. Definitely could be gambling on yourself during this time. Aquarius says. Overall, this Gemini full moon is here to spark new forms of fun for you in this lifetime, Aquariuses. Pisces, you're going to be experiencing this Gemini full moon in your 4th house. So this could be a time where you are seeing changes in the home, in your family, in your foundation, in your inner world, in your body. You could definitely be walking more, and you see how it is changing up your body, how it is changing up your mindset now that you're getting out more and smelling the fresh air and touching nature. You could definitely be mentally feeling better, or it could be the complete opposite, where you just been in the house too much and you've been feeling just mentally drained and completed, and like you need to get out and do something. This could be a time where you could be hearing news from family members, especially relatives relatives like siblings, cousins, uncles, aunties, nieces and nephews type of people, hearing shocking or liberating news around those type of people. News that changes up your foundation or family traditions. You could be hearing that these people are changing up family traditions as well. You could be bringing back old family traditions too, especially for the holidays. Maybe you decide you aren't doing Thanksgiving this year, or that you are. This could be a time where you're buying stuff and you're redecorating your house with the things that you've bought, or you've acquired things to redecorate your house with, buying stuff off of social media, off of marketplace, out of a store in your local neighborhood, buying anything that could be changing up your home. You could be buying a new home in a different neighborhood, buying a new home in the same neighborhood, or you could just be moving, period. You know, loading up a car, renting out something so that you can load everything up and move. Things around your childhood, people in your childhood, in your neighborhood could definitely be coming back up, or situations around that, around gossip and talking about these type of people, or just, you know, talking to these type of people too. Where an old friend from a neighborhood used to live with, you know, now they're your neighbor. Someone used to go to school with is now a neighbor, or someone that you know now on social media, or connected with now on social media. You could be seeing more themes around like your hometown on social media now, or following more people from your hometown on social media. Maybe you were a type of person who felt like you shouldn't celebrate pagan holidays, and then you find out news that you actually do have pagan ancestry. Maybe you are deciding that you are going to celebrate Kwanzaa or Christmas. Much your ancestors put so much love and joy into the holidays, and you're carrying on that tradition because of that. Or maybe a time where you heard something about Kwanzaa. The great things to me, I celebrate both Christmas and Kwanzaa. And you could be a time where you don't want to do both, or you're celebrating both, or you just celebrating one or the other. It don't really matter. This could be a time where you are meeting new family members, having completions around family members, arguments with family members too, cutting them off because of this type of energy. Mother figures as well, where you could be having arguments with mother figures, whether it's your mother, an aunt, or you are the mom. You could definitely be having some type of argument or feeling passionate about something. Nurturing, self-care, love topics come up around this time. Parenting, how you are parenting, how you and another partner are parenting as well, and how your parenting styles affect your children's childhood. These type of things could be coming up during this time. Overall, Pisces, this Gemini full moon is here to rethink your foundations so that you can align with what feels natural to you. Thank you guys so much for listening, for joining along my channel, for liking, for subscribing, for commenting your experiences. I love when you guys comment your experiences based off these transits or off the last transit or so. Like, I love to hear it, you guys. So definitely comment, hype me up too. I have so many new things coming as far as readings and subscriptions and books, journals, affiliate products that help you open your third eye. Like, I got it all down below. Guided meditations, all of that down below. I'm super grateful for people who want to support what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be experiencing this full moon in my 4th house as an Aquarius 29-degree rising, but I'll be experiencing it in my 3rd house where Aries are experiencing a thing. And one thing I know is when I'm experiencing something in a house of where Aries is going to be experiencing it, something is definitely huge going to be playing out, something that changes things up, because I decided with my family to go see the Aries eclipse back in 2024, and So Aries, so ever since then, Aries has been on my ass. And anytime I have the moon transit where I'm supposed to be experiencing another, but I'm experiencing the same house that Aries is experiencing in, it's always something to remember. So pray for me, you guys. Something's going down in my world. Or going to be going down in my world. But until next time, you guys, bye.